catfish management plan for Texas Parks and Wildlife. It defines for the anglers in Texas what our intentions are as inland fisheries in going forward with catfish management in the state. We're seeing the importance of developing fisheries close to home in the big urban areas in Texas, where anglers can have an opportunity to fish somewhere very close to where they live. And catfish are a species that give us the ability to produce these fish cheaply enough and can produce them in sufficient numbers that we can provide that kind of fishery for those anglers in the urban areas, as well as providing even more diverse catfish fisheries to the anglers in our reservoirs. Because catfish are a diverse group, we've got three main species. We've got the channel cats, we've got the blues, and the flatheads. And their biology is different enough that the diversity of what they can produce in terms of fisheries is much broader than we have with a lot of other species. And for that reason, it was important to us that we kind of narrow our focus a little bit and have a way to communicate with the anglers about what they have told us are important to them about catfish fishing. When we did our statewide survey of catfish anglers about 4 or 5 years ago, we asked them a number of questions about what was important to them. And what we found is that there's probably more diversity in the objectives of our catfish anglers than there are with any other group. Because the catfishes as a group are so diverse, we can provide the diversity of fisheries to those anglers and provide pretty much everybody in the state with something that they want. Right now we have 18 different neighborhood fishing lakes that are scattered around the state. And again, the majority of them in our major metropolitan areas. We have one pilot program here in Tyler at Woldrick Park on the north side of town. Now, as far as the future of that fisheries goes, we would ultimately like to have one of these water bodies within just a few minutes of anybody's home. We want it to be a situation where they can very rapidly go to one of these neighborhood fishing ponds and fish, and that's the whole neighborhood concept of that. We know that the percentage of people that live in these urban areas is really going up, and this is the demographic that we feel like we need to get involved in recreational angling.